Beware the Black Cat. The wind howled through the barren branches of the oak, clawing at the old Victorian mansion like skeletal fingers. Rain lashed against the cobblestone path, each drop a drumbeat against the backdrop of the storm. Inside, nestled by the dying embers of the fireplace, sat Amelia, a young girl with eyes wide as moonlit ponds. Her grandmother, her weathered face etched with stories untold, held Amelia close, whispering tales of shadows and moonlight. "Beware the Black Cat," she intoned, her voice husky as the wind, "for it carries with it whispers of misfortune, harbinger of ill omens." Amelia shivered, not just from the cold, but from the prickling unease that crept down her spine. The image of a sleek obsidian cat, eyes like smoldering embers, flickered behind her eyelids. The next morning, a hush fell over the village. Whispers danced on the wind, carried by the milkmaid and the cobbler, of a black cat slinking through the night, leaving behind a trail of broken mirrors and dead birds. Fear hung heavy in the air, a tangible presence thicker than the morning mist. Amelia felt it slither into her bones as she walked to school. She scanned every alleyway, every shadowed corner, half expecting to see those glinting amber eyes staring back. Her classmates huddled together, voices hushed, recounting tales of black cats and bad luck. My uncle, one boy, Pip, his voice trembling, saw a black cat cross his path the day his ship went down. Never saw him again. "Beware the Black Cat," another girl, Maisie, echoed, her eyes wide with apprehension. The words followed Amelia like a curse. She saw black in everything, shadows stretched like claws, crows cawed omens, the rustling leaves hissed warnings. That night, another misfortune struck. The old mill house, a stoic landmark on the village outskirts, erupted in flames. The bell clanged its alarm, its mournful tolls echoing across the hills like a death knell. The villagers rushed to the inferno, a terrified swarm against the backdrop of dancing flames. Amelia, unable to stay behind, followed, her heart pounding against her ribs. Smoke stung her eyes, and amidst the chaos, she saw it, a flash of ebony fur disappearing into the night. The Black Cat. Panic flared like the flames themselves. The whispers, the warnings, they all came crashing down on her. "Beware the Black Cat," roared through her mind, drowning out even the crackling fire. Days turned into weeks, and the village became a tapestry of broken windows and boarded doors. People locked themselves inside, afraid to face the night, the cat, the misfortune it heralded. Amelia's once vibrant world shrunk to the four walls of her room, shadowed by the fear that lurked outside. One rainy night, a tapping at the window jolted her awake. Heart hammering, she peeked through the curtain. There, perched on the windowsill, was the Black Cat. Its eyes, two amber coals, stared at her with unsettling intensity. A primal fear seized Amelia. She wanted to scream, to run, but her body refused to obey. The cat watched, unblinking, a silent embodiment of the terror that had gripped the village. Then, as suddenly as it had appeared, the cat was gone. Only the rain remained, drumming a lullaby on the window pane. But the silence that followed was worse than any scream. It was the silence of doubt, the unsettling question gnawing at Amelia's mind. Was the Black Cat a harbinger of bad luck, or a mere catalyst for the fear that had already festered within the village? The next day, she took a walk, not to school, but to the heart of the village. The boarded doors, the vacant windows, they were all symbols of fear, not misfortune. And the fear, she realized, had been born not from the cat, but from the whispers, the stories, the blind acceptance of superstition. Amelia walked past the ruins of the mill house, past the boarded windows, and towards the edge of the village. There, under the gnarled branches of the oak, she saw it again, the black cat. But this time, she felt no fear. Instead, a fierce determination burned in her chest. She approached the cat slowly, not with trepidation, but with respect. The cat watched her, its amber eyes unwavering. "Beware the black cat," Amelia said, her voice steady. "But beware even more the darkness within ourselves, the shadows we cast with our fears." The cat blinked, a slow, deliberate movement. Then, to Amelia's astonishment, it turned and walked away, its fur melting into the twilight. The fear in the village didn't vanish overnight, but one by one, windows were unboarded, doors creaked open. Children dared to venture out, their laughter chasing away the whispers of misfortune. People began to talk, not of omens and shadows, but of rebuilding, of resilience. Amelia, the girl who had faced the black cat and found not malice, but a mirror reflecting her own fear, became a symbol of hope. She organized cleanup crews, painted murals on boarded windows, and told stories, not of misfortune, but of courage and community. One day, under the same oak tree where she had confronted the cat, Amelia noticed a curious sight. A small, sleek black kitten, playful and unafraid, darted under the branches. She knelt down, gently stroking its fur. The kitten purred, a rumbling vibration against her palms. It was then that Amelia understood. The black cat, perhaps, had never been harbinger of misfortune, but a teacher. It had shown the village the darkness within, the power of fear, and in doing so, had inadvertently lit the spark of courage. As the kitten curled up in her lap, its fur warm against the chill, Amelia knew the village wouldn't forget the black cat, but they would remember it, not with fear, but with gratitude for the lesson it had taught them. Beware not the shadows, but the darkness we cast ourselves. The story of Amelia and the black cat became a legend whispered in firelight, a reminder that courage can bloom even in the face of fear, and that sometimes the shadows we fear the most hold the potential for the greatest light. And on stormy nights, when the wind howled and the shadows danced, some villagers swore they saw a fleeting glimpse of a black cat, its amber eyes shining with wisdom, a silent guardian keeping watch over the village it had unwittingly awakened. "Beware the black cat," they would whisper, not with fear, but with respect, for it was the cat who helped them find the light, not within themselves, but within each other. And that, they realized, was the greatest magic of all.